man is like, yeah, this torture's getting pretty bad. The organized stalking, all that stuff. Who's involved? Other than the CIA and INSCOM, well, Air Force Central Command, the U.S. Air Force, the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigations, fly aerial. This like every day. There's aerial surveillance coming around, and they're blatant about it, man. Especially that blue and white chopper. That one comes around and just passes directly over my head, makes tight turns, flies low. They participate in the psychological warfare aspect of it. Department of Homeland Security, the U.S. Department of State. They're the ones who fund and coordinate, you know, the organized stalking. DHS, is instrumental in bringing them into the area. This INSCOM officer and her superior officer are the ones who take over coordinating it once they get close to me. Okay? In State Department is where these guys are getting their supplementary income. They launder it. They participate in the laundering process. And so do the state actors themselves, who are instructed on how to do it. Hedge funds, their private businesses they work for, that kind of thing. That's used. Now they're getting their accounts frozen. The IRS was being told to stand down when red flags would come up concerning their finances. Alright? They were for a long time. They were threatened into it, and they had state actors working for the IRS in Washington State. And nationwide. Okay? Also, so they aren't making as much money, so they're having to use force a lot more now, using these drones. She told me this figure, I don't know if it's true, that 92 million Americans, so roughly about a third, are getting hit at any given time. Because I think the population's about 300 million. So that's a third of the U.S. population. Everybody knows this shit now. Nobody can talk about it, or else they get hit. You know why? It's not the fact that everybody knows. It's about litigation, evidence, having people openly talk about it, and publicize about it, and post about it. Yeah, that's what they don't want. Everybody knows what's going on. That's not really what they're worried about at this point. It's about, can you prove it in a court of law, in a federal court? That's what this is about. Silencing the shit out of everybody. Killing them for speaking up. Today my mom started crying because she's under duress, dude. She's under duress. This INSCOM officer forces her over voice to skull to participate in the psyops. And she was crying today because of the way that she's making her do this stuff to me. You know? And fuck this shit, man. Fuck this shit. These people are fucking pedophiles. They're fucking torturers, murderers, racists. I have to endure racism every day over voice to skull and audio projection, sexual harassment, fucking all kinds of fucked up shit that I don't even want to talk about. Some of it. A lot of it piped in through our TV speakers in our living room downstairs in front of my mom. I mean, she issues so many death threats toward me and my family members each day. It's dozens of times a day. I'm getting tortured, you know, with directed energy. No touch torture. All fucking day. I know it's gonna stop soon, but I mean, I'm also getting covertly drugged with not just vasoconstrictors, but occasionally acid and something else as well. I don't know if it's ketamine, a low dose of ketamine or something like that. But when I go get into bed, when I wake up, and when I go lay down in bed, that's when she decides to do it. Maybe just to cause me psychological discomfort or whatever. um, general feeling of, you know, decreased mood because I'm sort of grounded when I'm laying on my back. It's not as easy to hit me as much. I mean, I'm a stationary target, but in addition to that, I also have, you know, like half my body pressed up against a surface, like a mattress with metal springs in it. So that affects it. But yeah, anyway, I'm having people come close to hitting me in vehicles on a near daily basis. You know, intentionally driving like they're gonna drive up onto the sidewalk and hit me. Or when I'm crossing at a crosswalk and I have a right of way, they'll sometimes speed up or just not stop until they're like a few feet from me when they finally slam on their brakes. Sometimes even having the nerve to honk at me after that, or laugh at me after they do that shit. You know, like one time, like last month, some dude drove up. It was at a crosswalk at a stop sign, and he waited until I was passing his vehicle to hit the accelerator and peel like forward toward me, and then brake. And he came to a stop like a foot, less than 2 feet from me, from my side, and then just started laughing, staring at me and laughing. All right, fucking, let's see, what else, man? Oh yeah, these guys are also they like to put numerology and everything. Like certain numbers keep popping up everywhere. Especially the number 666. There's two vehicles within a block from each other. Two owners of vehicles that have 666 in sequence in their plates. Both start the old school plates with 3 numbers and 3 letters. Both start with 666. There's also a property like on the next street down, and during the past like 3 days, on that stretch of road, I've seen 3 different vehicles pass by me with 666 in their plates. All right, these guys are Luciferians, and this officer's even acted out like a ritual sacrifice involving a child over Voice the Skull. And this is before I even knew it was Voice the Skull. That was last year. Before I finally, learned what was going on. Okay? Like, not like Church of Satan or like the Satanic Temple, where they have like tenets that dictate, that say you have to respect others and not impose upon their beliefs. These are not like Luciferians from any like organization, okay? They're devil worshippers who have no morals, and they're straight up evil people. It doesn't matter what faith you're in, what faith you belong to. There's evil people in all faiths, but it is interesting to note that these guys, Baphomet, okay, that's one like of their that's a deity that they all associate with. All right, and that is Knights Templar construct, who eventually became the Freemasons, original Freemasons, after going into hiding after the 1307 Inquisition against the Knights Templar, when they escaped to Scotland afterward, and then reorganized and renamed their thing. Alright, who were the Templars? The Knights Templars? Well, in addition to being participating in the Crusades They also instituted the first banks, okay, for people needing to deposit money because they were traveling to the Holy Land to fight a war. They became very rich. Very rich. They started the first banks, okay? So yeah, just a little interesting facts there. Alright, and I'll let you listen to this. As you can hear, it's still going, the fan. I believe the words Japanese faggot she just used.